And we are back again,
And
man. This
finally,
feels weird. It's like it's been a couple
back.
of weeks, Devaldo.
Yep, a couple of weeks. It's a long time in the podcast world,
World.
but we are back.
Exactly. Deval, he's finally back from his travels from
Mm-hmm.
around the globe. Flipping, man. Just come on. Where were
Jet
you? Just come
setting
on. Tell us, where were you?
Zanzibar.
Zanzibar, man. I tell you what,
Zanzibar.
it has one of those sounds, like it's so exotic. Sounds so exotic, doesn't it? When you say Zanzibar, and I bet you people won't even
It's
know where it
exotic.
is.
It's tropical.
Yeah.
Tropical. You know, Queen actually, I think, was born there, and I think that's also where he was
Oh,
buried. Yeah, I think so. Queen. Yeah,
jeez. Oh
yeah.
my
So,
gosh. No,
mm,
but it was all good though, yeah?
it was a lovely holiday. Lovely,
Wicked.
lovely.
That's what,
Waters, weather, food. Cannot
yeah,
complain.
that's it. That's it.
Cannot
You come
complain. So
back
yeah,
to
recommend it.
England to nice, decent. Yeah, let's leave it at that. All right, wicked. It's good having you back on the show, man, and it's good to be back doing this. We've had kind of like a couple of weeks off. Deval's been off, I've been off, and
Yeah.
we've been watching lots of stuff here and there. So we're going to get into all the stuff that we've been watching. We've got a pretty ram-packed show. We want to try and get everything crammed in, and we hope you really, really enjoy the show because we've got a review of Joker 2, Smile 2,
Mm,
Terrifier 3, Flipper, you
mm.
name it. We're bringing out these
Sequels.
exactly sequels and threequels, whatever. So stick around. But before we get into all of that, let's do the shout outs, Deval.
Yep, one quick shout out today goes to Ciel Noir 3. Big shout out to her. Always there on Instagram. Go say hi to her. Go check out her page. Like I always say,
Yeah.
very, very positive person. You know, actress, singing. Does she sing? I think she probably does. I don't know. I'm just saying it. But just, all around positive person, healthy lifestyle, all that sort of motivation kind of stuff. So go check her out. She was recently in the TV show
Yeah.
starring Samuel L. Jackson, Don
And Kevin
Cheadle.
Hart.
Exactly the heist. What's it called again? I should know by now. Actually,
It's set around the kind of the fight with the Muhammad Ali fight. I can't remember which fight it was. So it was kind of I can't remember who the guy he was fighting, but at that same time, there's this heist going along, and you got all these kind of mad actors, bringing their A game to it and everything. And
Fight
man,
Night. Fight
Fight
Night. The
Night.
$1 Million Heist. That's the
Yeah,
actual title I was looking for. But yeah, it's a really, really, really good show. Go check it out. So
yeah,
she's actually in that.
wicked,
Yeah, so go
wicked.
check it out right now.
Yeah, so we definitely got to get her back on the show,
Yeah, we'll do.
and get her thoughts on her experience and all of that. So, Ciel Noir, if you're listening, get back onto the show with us. All right, okay. So, Deval, let's get into movie news. And man, it's been kind of weird with the news front because kind of things coming in, coming out and stuff. But we're going to try and get through these pieces for you. So, October, obviously Halloween, horror. We've got a horror movie that we're going to be speaking about. And Deval, tell us about this, man, because this is interesting.
Yeah, so They Follow. So It Follows. If you haven't seen that before, go watch it. 2014 classic, great modern horror movie. It's a movie about sexually transmitted diseases or sexually transmitted demons.
Yeah.
Basically, you have sex with someone, the demon latches onto you, and it will come for you unless you pass on that sex to the next person. So quite
Mad.
a different way of portraying possession. But yeah, really, really well made film. Micah Monroe stars in it as well. Came out in 2014. They've now confirmed that They Follow is in production. I think it should be coming out either next year or 2026.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to top the original. Be over 10 years later. So let's see what happens with that one. But I'm looking forward to it. I just hope they do a good job on it, which I'm
Exactly,
sure they
man.
will.
Because and look, Deval, man, it's 2024, and we are still talking about that
Still,
movie. It
yeah,
still pops up,
I'm telling
man,
you.
in kind of
Yeah,
the top 10
yeah,
like horror
yeah.
movies and whatnot. So go check that one out. And you definitely, like, if you do watch it based on our recommendation, let us know. Get in touch with us. Remember, Twitter, X, whatever it's called right now, YouTube, and let us know what you think about that one. All right, okay, let's move on now. Deval. So Lee Pace, remind everyone who's Lee Pace and what's he in.
Lee Pace. So with a name like Lee Pace, you would think the man can move quite fast, isn't it? He's got some pace to him, and he
Yeah.
has. He's going to be in the next Running Man. So it's a great person to put into a film called Running
Mm,
Man. Lee Pace is also going to be joining Josh Brolin.
mm.
Also, Glenn Close is going to be in Running Man as well,
Okay.
and I think they're going to be villains, from what I understand. So, Running Man was the '80s movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
and it's sort of, you know what? Then it was, you know, when it was set. Then it was set in the year 2025.
Five.
Isn't that around the corner?
Oh, it's mad.
2025 was a sort of futuristic, crazy,
Mm,
dystopian kind of world where the rich have these reality TV shows where they have some people who have a sort of head start in this arena where, you know, people are going to come and kill them, and they've
yeah.
got a head start, and these people have got to run
So before Hunger
basically.
Games, man.
Exactly, similar to Hunger Games, Battle Royale, that sort
Mm,
of thing. This is going to be directed by Edgar Wright.
yeah.
Edgar Wright, really good director, Baby Driver, among other films. But
Mm.
we've seen this before where his name's been attached to stuff and it hasn't happened.
And
So,
then it hasn't happened.
so pinch of salt, maybe a block of salt. But let's see what happens. Either way, this film should be good. The Running
Yeah,
Man.
I
So
reckon it is,
yeah.
man. I mean, look, he makes decent when he does make a movie. He makes decent movie. He makes a decent movie, and you know the whole. We still, I mean, you know, with the whole Ant-Man and the Wasp, and that still
Mm,
gets spoken about. A lot of the
yeah,
stuff that he did right or want in that
yeah,
movie,
yeah.
apparently he did. We did see some of that all on the, you know, in the movie and stuff. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this one. Now, listen, I want to speak about this one because. It's so funny, Deval, because look, we watched Rebel Ridge maybe
Mm,
about 3 or 4 episodes ago, and you and I, we both had this same kind of feeling about, you know, the main actor in that movie. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. His name's Aaron Pierre, British guy, and we were like, this guy's going to blow up. He's going to get big. He's
yeah,
going to get big. And now, just very, very recently, the news came out that Aaron Pierre, he's been cast as Green Lantern as now which one as John Stewart. So there's going to be
yeah.
so in this HBO, is it HBO or DC, whatever it is that they're doing.
DC, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, HBO DC. They are bringing 2 Green Lanterns to the screen. So it's going to be John Stewart and it's going to be Hal Jordan. So
Mm,
people are losing their minds. They're like, damn, we're not getting one, but we're getting 2 Green
yeah,
Lanterns. And
yeah.
they're teaming up to solve a murder. So it's going to be kind of like this murder mystery. But Deval, how's
Mm.
that for casting, man? We said, didn't we? We
Yeah,
said this
like,
guy's going to
we've
go big.
cast many people. We cast what's the name in Black Panther, but like this is ages before it happened.
Yeah,
What's the name again? My mind's gone blank. I've got holiday brain. Uh, the one that
what?
was in I May Destroy You.
Yeah,
You know,
Michaela.
Michaela Cowell, Michaela something.
Cole, is it Cole? It's Cole.
Cole, that's it. Yeah, you got it.
Cole.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
Michaela
yeah,
Cole. Yeah. Now we've said it so many times with these
yeah.
movies. Look, we've been doing this show now for 6 years. So
Mm.
you know what? We see talent. You know, we recognize it. You know, game recognizes game. Like, you know what I'm saying? So Deval and I, we see kind of like talent out there. And this guy,
Uh,
Aaron Pierre, like
mm.
you told a story, Deval, that apparently
John
another
Boyega
South London
was supposed to play the
supposed
role and
to,
dropped out and allowed this to happen. And this
yeah,
happens sometimes. Look what happened with Wolverine. Gary Scott was supposed to play Wolverine in
mm,
2000. Hugh Jackman was brought in at the last second,
yeah,
literally, while filming had already started.
yeah,
Look at Hugh Jackman's career now; it's changed, and this
mad.
could be the same thing for Aaron Pierre. So, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And just a kind of like addition to that, apparently Pierre Aaron, he
Hmm.
left Blade.
Is it?
So he was going to be in Blade. I mean, obviously not as
Ah,
Blade,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
he was going to be there in the periphery of kind of Marvel. So
yeah.
man,
Okay.
look at how the stars align, and you know he's going to be
Mm.
flipping Hal Jordan or John Stewart. Sorry. So it's going to be a big role. So we'll see. We'll keep you posted on that one. That's going to be a big one. And yeah, man. So just slowly, I think the kind of the DC stuff from James Gunn, that's all going to start to trickle out. And
Mm.
having said that, Deval, tell us about this one.
Yeah, so just like you mentioned with James Gunn, he's like the sort of Kevin Feige of the DC
Mm,
universe now, and he is we know he's making the new Superman among other projects. but he just revealed recently that Crypto,
Mm.
Superman's dog, is going to be in the movie. So Crypto the dog's going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
When I say the name or hear the name Crypto, I think of
Crypto,
cryptocurrency, but I'm saying
cryptocurrency.
this is
Yeah.
Crypto with a K. So Superman's dog's going to have some mad powers. We know
Mm.
James Gunn likes a bit of animalistic stuff and
Yeah.
comedy. We saw Rocket Raccoon and so on. So you can see where he's going with this probably. So I
Do you reckon he's
can.
going to be? Do you reckon he's going to be a talking? Can't remember in the comics if he talks or not.
I don't remember. I don't think so. I don't think he needs
Yeah.
to talk. No, no, no. He's not going to talk. He's just going
Yeah.
to have powers and have like
Powers.
better intelligence. But I
Mm.
don't think he'll talk. No, no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah. So look, keep it locked with the Flixters. We're going to bring you more news and all that sort of stuff. And as we get into 2025, look, we've only got a few more months left, and then this is when kind of things get really interesting because all the big movies are coming out in 2025. All right, let's do new on streaming. There's quite a few things out and about. So this one, Apartment 7A Deval, this is on Paramount Plus. I've kind of seen I haven't seen it. I haven't kind of seen the trailer or anything like that. But yeah, I know it's out there. But tell us about this.
Yeah, this one, Apartment 7A, I think we spoke about it a little while ago. This stars Julia Garner, who we saw in, what's it called again? Ozark, the blonde lady in Ozark, really good actress. This is basically almost like a prequel to Rosemary's Baby. I think it is a prequel. Yeah, I think it is pretty much a prequel. So she stars as a up-and-coming actress, dancer, who goes to auditions. She has an accident, hurts her leg. She's struggling. She comes across a sort of wealthy elderly couple who sort of put her up free of charge, and they're really extra. They're really involved in her life,
Yeah.
and they sort of take over her life in a way, and they offer this, offer that, bit by bit. If you've seen Rosemary's Baby, it's similar to that.
Yeah.
All in this apartment, and there's insidious people around controlling her, influencing her, and just like in Rosemary's Baby, shit happens in this where you find out that the people in the apartment are worshipping something that you shouldn't worship.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so funny, man. You're absolutely right. Like, the kind of synopsis is that it's based on the whole Rosemary's Baby thing. And so this is the kind of the shit that happened before we actually get to the Rosemary's Baby, and we know how that turns out. So so this is out. This is on streaming. Go check that one out. And listen, man, this next one,
Paramount Plus as well. There, so go check it out.
Yeah, this is on Paramount Plus. Now, this next one, this is Salem's Lot. Now, Devout, is it out? So I know you told me before we started the show, like it's out in cinema over there, because it's not out on cinema here, but it is out on streaming.
In the UK, it's out in the cinema. I couldn't find it on streaming. It might be somewhere that I haven't seen, but I saw it available in cinema, and I thought, oh, should I go cinema and see it? And I was like, actually, no.
Yeah.
I was able to get it on streaming. And this film, the trailer looks really good.
I know.
The trailer whoever put the trailer together, good.
I know.
But this movie was a massive letdown.
Massive.
Yeah.
That's
massive
our review.
letdown.
That is literally, there is going to be no mate. It was just a big letdown for me. It's out there on streaming if you can watch it and want to watch it. But man, I had so much kind of expectation, and like it's based on the Stephen King.
I was going to say, sorry, Stephen King, isn't it?
Yeah, Stephen King novel. They made a movie back in the 70s, which was, I remember that being really creepy and everything. And I just thought, you've had all this time, to get things right, and you still didn't get it right.
Didn't stick. Execution was poor. The ending was shit. Some of the characters got on my nerves.
Big time.
It was just it was like a real TV movie.
They made a TV movie. So
I didn't know Salem's Lot meant as Jerusalem. Though. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that after
Jerusalem's Lot. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Jerusalem's Lot. I didn't even know that. Flipping out, man. So so that's another thing. So go check that one out if you want to. But you know what? I mean, we'd probably say leave it. Now the next one, I haven't seen this one. This is called The Devil's Hour. This is on Amazon Prime. So Deval, I mean, the D word popping up again.
I know it's a bit too much, isn't it? A bit too much, but it is Halloween kind of vibes at the moment, so what can we do? But this one, season 2 on Amazon Prime. Season 1 was really good. Season 1 was about a lady who kept getting up at 3:33 a.m. and that is the hour of the dark,
the bewitching hour.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a bit of it's like she's interrogating someone who's suspected of committing a really bad crime, and there's more. The more she interrogates them, the more that it's not as simple as you think. It
Yeah.
gets very sort of horror-ish, sci-fi-ish. It's a bit of a mix.
Gothic.
From what I remember of the first season, it was really interesting that it started off one way and it didn't. The way it ended was quite different. It's UK based. Season 2, I've not started it yet, but I'm going to watch it.
Peter Capaldi, he was the guy.
Yeah, exactly. From Doctor Who, isn't he?
From Doctor Who, yeah. And he's like been, I mean, look, that guy's been in, he was in, what was the James Gunn movie? He was in Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Do you remember? He was the one with the
yeah.
the weird,
The
I can't remember what
weird,
character it was.
yeah, like a weird creature or something,
Like some sort of massive head, like, you know, I can't remember. But yeah, man, he's been around for a long time and everything. Yeah, so Devil's Hour, that's on Amazon Prime. And Devout, okay, I've got to speak about this one. And I'm not sure if a lot of people in the UK or wherever are watching this program. So this is in the States, it's on Peacock. So the Peacock shows, where do they end up in on the UK? On Sky?
And Sky most of the time, yeah.
Okay. So this show is called Teacup, right? And Devaldo, I'm not kidding you, I knew nothing about the show. So
oh my gosh,
it was one of those things where it was on and I was like, what's going on here? I read the synopsis and I thought, okay, I'm going to give this one viewing. The episodes are only about 35 minutes long. And I think it's only been we're on episode 4. So there's only been 4 episodes.
Oh my gosh, this looks good.
Mate, I'm telling you, it's one of those shows where it's horror. It's got elements of Lost in it. It's got The Thing. It's got there's just so many kind of things going on in this movie. But basically, the synopsis is a family. They live on a ranch. The mum, she's a vet. The dad and the mum, they've been having extramarital issues. They've got a kid who goes wandering off into the woods and he encounters this woman who starts blabbering stuff. And she's saying, you know what, you got to be careful. You got to, you know, she's blabbering stuff, speaking in tongues. And he gets possessed. The boy gets possessed, comes home, and they've been frantically looking for him. And there's a guy in a gas mask who draws a circle around the land. You cannot leave that circle. If you leave the circle, bad stuff starts to happen. It's a madness, Deval. It's a madness. Really good. Teacup.
Yeah, you sold me, man. I'm gonna watch it, and I'm not even a tea guy. I don't drink tea.
Exactly.
I'm gonna get my teacup out, and I'm gonna
exactly. You watch this, and you're gonna be scratching your head trying to figure out.
Executive producer James Wan.
So it's got kind of sci-fi horror.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
You know, you name it, it's got it in there. So listen, folks, if you're
you said too much already, man. That's it.
Watch it.
You sold me, man. You sold me.
That's what we do. That's what we do on the Flixters, folks. All right, let's move on to trailers. Now, this trailer I did watch because Deval, who doesn't love a good werewolf movie? But this one is werewolves, so plural.
Yeah.
And this one looks absolutely mad. It's got Frank Grillo. He's kind of like the main face that I recognize from from this one. But man, tell us about the setup on this one. This is like, it reminded me of The Purge a little bit. One night.
You said it. That's all I was going to say about this film. This film is The Purge and werewolves blended into one. Basically, there's some sort of super full moon happened. Something happened where it's turned people into werewolves or given people the ability to then activate werewolves. Government knows it. They've locked people up because they know the full moon's coming. And they're saying, okay, we've got to wait it out 9 hours overnight. Let's see what happens. And now, it's like The Purge. Overnight now, werewolves are coming out left, right, and center. And Frank Grillo, and he's got to protect his family, kill werewolves, and look bad ass in a tight vest while he's doing it. That's it. That's all you need to know.
Next. Like B-movie synopsis, but yeah, man, it's one of those movies that you got to watch. All right, okay, yeah. Now let's move on. Go check it out. Now this one, Deval, you've already seen this one because I remember you reviewed it. This is The Strangers. So and I remember I asked, because we spoke about this. We said it was The Strangers chapter 1, and
Yeah.
and that obviously implies there's going to be a chapter 2,
Yeah.
and here it is. It's coming along. So I mean, more of the same, Deval. That's a question.
More of the same. More of the same. The first one was good, solid film. Ended better than I thought. This one looks like it's going to carry on from that. The girl in the first film is going to be in the second film, and there's going to be more strangers knocking on more doors, turning more people's lives upside down, from what I can understand. So,
Yeah.
if you like the first one, I think you're going to like the second one. The second one's out next year. I think they're going to bring out a new chapter every year. So that's what we're getting, I think.
All right. Okay. And then next up, we've got Silo, which is this kind of sci-fi, kind of like sci-fi drama that's on Apple Plus, which I've seen, and you know what, I really liked it. I enjoyed it. It's got so many different elements, like people living in this bunker, and there's different levels, and they can't go out onto the outside, and there's a murder mystery going on in there as well, and it stars Rebecca Ferguson, who's kind of at the forefront of this kind of mystery, and there's more to it than meets the eye, and the people in charge, they want to keep the secret. Is there an outside cover-ups and all that stuff? Yes, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, season 2 looks interesting, and you're right. I think I'm gonna blitz this one just like I did season 1. And she's very convincing, Rebecca Ferguson, in anything she does. So, yeah, I think it'll be good.
Yeah, she's good. It's good. Now, this one, I've heard about it. Haven't seen the trailer just yet, so I'll need to catch up on this one. But this is called the Monkey, and so this is a hot. I mean, all I've seen is just the poster, Deval. I've just seen the poster. But yeah, tell us about this.
That's all you need to know to see the film is just that. This is almost like an A24 film. It's neon, which kind of sometimes have A24 kind of shit going on.
Yeah.
Stephen King, James Wan, Osgood Perkins. You know who that is?
Yes, Longlegs.
Longlegs. Also, February, or the Black Coat's Daughter, which I watched a few years ago. A very, very disturbing film. Very disturbing film. This film here is looking like it's going to be equally disturbing. The trailer now is a bit more longer. It talks about someone having some sort of power over life and death, and people in the film are dying in kind of grotesque ways. It is looking crazy. Theo James is in it. Elijah Wood. It's looking like a madness, like a disturbed madness. And I'm looking forward to this next February.
And do you remember in the James Wan, the Conjuring universe? There's in the Warrens' house, when they go down into the basement thing, they got that monkey there.
Yes, yes.
So I wonder, and because this is produced by James Wan, I wonder if there's some sort of connection in that same sort of universe. I think, although it's based off of Stephen King's novel, it's just kind of really, really interesting. But yeah, Oz Perkins, I think he's this kind of new voice in the whole kind of horror genre. And we're looking forward to seeing this because Longlegs was really, really great. All right, and lastly, I'm not sure if you saw this, Deval, Dune Prophecy. The trailer came out yesterday.
No, I ain't seen it yet. What's it like?
So, Deval, all I'm going to say is this is like Game of Thrones, but set in the world of Arrakis, in space now, or whatever. Like, so it's got that, it's HBO. It's got the intrigue of the house Atreides. It's got the other houses. There's some sort of kind of sinister plot going on. You've got the Jessup, but I've forgotten the name. How do you say it?
The gist of it.
It's just like, whatever they say.
It's silent!
Exactly. It's so fun. That is
Put your hand in the box.
Got the hand in the box, man. What's up with that? And oh man, it's mad. There's going to be more of that. So I think we're going to get to see the kind of, because this is set hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, like before obviously the Dune.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's set way before that, and we kind of maybe learn more about the Bene Gesserit and how they get their powers or what their power is, etc., etc. It's so funny because when the trailer starts, there's a little bit which says, "Watch the trailer."
Is the Bene Gesserit's voice telling you what to do, commanding you?
Oh, and I was just laughing. It made me laugh more than anything. It's ridiculous.
And just watched it, innit?
This is ridiculous. There's someone saying, "Watch the trailer," and I was like,
voice.
I know. So go check it out. It's coming out on HBO. HBO, they don't do.
They don't disappoint.
They don't disappoint. Yeah. So serious. Exactly, go watch that. All right, those are the trailers, folks.
Serious.
Go check them out. Now for Anniversary Corner, we've got a movie
Yeah, I think we're. Have we done
Which
It
one,
Follows
Deval?
before? I think we've done It
I
Follows
think
before,
we have
haven't
done It
we?
Follows before, right?
I think we have. I think we have. I'm not allowed to do it again, so we're gonna have to go with Clown.
Clown
Mm.
from 10 years ago, from 2014. Now, I don't remember this one. I don't even think I've seen this.
Yeah, this one actually. Do you know what? I didn't realize. I did see it like this. I saw this years ago, but I didn't realize it was directed by John Watts, Spider
Oh,
Man. Yeah,
Spider-Man.
yeah. So Clown is 2014, 10 years old. It's about a loving father
Hmm.
who just wants to do anything for his son. He wants to make his son happy. I think at the time of his birthday, I'm not sure if they're actually living together. I think him and the wife
Hmm.
were separated, so he's trying to do anything to make the son happy. He hasn't really organized his birthday party that well, so he wants to come as a clown. He finds a clown suit,
Hmm.
and he finds it somewhere just shady. He
Yeah.
finds it, puts it on, and then he realizes he can't take it off. This clown suit is now
Gosh.
attached to his body,
Oh.
and the clown suit is possessed. It is, I think, it's produced also by Eli Roth. So it's directed by John Watts. It's got Peter Stormare in it. I've
Yeah,
seen him in
that
a few
guy.
things. So this is a bit of a horror comedy, if I can call it that.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, the suit possesses him and turns him into a grotesque clown situation. It talks about over the years history of
Hmm.
clowns, where they came from. It does go quite deep. So there are some light elements to it, and there are
Yeah.
some really dark, evil, sinister elements to it as well. So you get a bit of both in this. But yeah, it's a really interesting film, and
Yeah.
this looks to show how a man can go from here and sort of go deeper down through the levels of
Spiral.
depravity,
Oh
yeah,
my
into the
gosh.
the clutches of
Which,
this possession.
and you know what? It's a really, really good movie, because obviously that fits in nicely with obviously Joker as well. So that
Mm,
kind
and,
of,
and Terrifier.
the psychosis. But just on a parting note, John Watts went from clown,
Mm,
and then he ended up in the Marvel,
I
the kind
know.
of Spider-Man
Yep.
home. So
Yep.
it just goes to show you the trajectory of some of these movies. Like he's
Mm,
making a movie called Clown
mm,
in 2014, and then 3 years later he was making Spider-Man Homecoming,
yep.
and then he made
Exactly.
Spider-Man Far From Home and Spider-Man No
Yep.
Way Home. So it's crazy, man. Anything's possible. All right, okay. So that's your anniversary corner movie. Let's get into the film reviews, and we're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go with Smile 2 because it's up on the list first, right? So Deval, when I was, hang on, one second. Sorry, just dropped something. Oh
Oh
shit!
my gosh!
Okay, if
Don't
you
do
if you've
that.
seen if you've seen
Oh
Smile,
my
but listen, man,
gosh.
Deval, this movie, we watched Smile. Like, when did Smile come out? When was that? That was a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
It must have been like
2022. Yeah, 2022. 2 years
a
ago.
couple of years ago. A couple of years came out, and we reviewed Smile on the show, and we were like, you know what? It's a really, really decent movie. It's
Mm,
just got this kind of weird, supernaturalness, devil, not even devil, but kind of like this spirit entity thing that
mm,
possesses people, and it moves on from person to person, kind of like It Follows, right? Where the premise of It
yes.
Follows
Yeah.
was you got to have sex with someone and it passes on. With
Mm,
this one, you have to you have to see the other person die, and then the evil, the spirit, latches onto you, and then it's with you, and then within 6 days or 7 days, whatever, you die. It messes up with your brain, and we really enjoyed it. There were some really creepy bits in that movie. So when this came out, I was like, I'm all up on this. And Devout, I wasn't expecting to like this movie because I thought, come on, man, sequels, they don't
mm,
really, really do well. But man,
mm,
I'm telling you, there's so many bits in this movie where I was like, shit, that was creepy. That was creepy. That was creepy. And there was a couple of bits in the cinema where I flipping jumped out. And you know what? I was like, that's what you want in a movie. You want those moments where you're like, holy shit, this is like nasty. This is grotesque. Where is this movie taking me and everything? So, you know what? I'm going to preface what you're going to say about the movie by saying I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great sequel. and bring on part 3.
Uh, Mate, I mean, Smile for me. I mean, Smile. First of all, I want to say, go watch this film.
Mm,
This film needs to be watched, just like Smile 2 needed to be watched in the cinema. It's
yeah,
such a simple thing. Smile, it's such a simple thing. And first, I want to say that Naomi Scott in this film, who stars as the lead lady in the film, Naomi Scott plays Sky Riley as a
yeah.
singer. She does a mad job, a crazy good job in this
Mad.
film. Yeah, I want to say so far people are saying she should get an award similar
Yeah.
to how Toni Collette got in Hereditary.
Hereditary.
You know, because the way the energy she puts into this film and the amount of water she drinks in this film,
Oh
like
man.
she puts in a really even when I was watching it, I was thinking to myself, shit, this girl must have been knackered after this.
And the for me when I was watching, I was like, the play. Imagine as an actor, the places
Mm,
to go to get
yeah,
that. I don't know, just that level of fear and whatnot. And there's just
yeah,
so many instances in the movie where the psychosis, the breakdown of,
yeah.
is this real? Is that real? And who's this person? And what's that person? Did you? I didn't know. I mean, look. I mean, she was in Aladdin.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
She was in Aladdin. So she was in Aladdin, the kind of Will Smith movie. She's Brit. She's from Hounslow,
You
West
see-
London.
Don't say that.
Bro,
These
she's
people
Brit.
are just out there tricking us. Are you
I know.
serious?
She's
Are you
from
serious?
Hounslow, man. West London,
Oh
near
my
Heathrow Airport.
gosh, that's
Like
near where I'm
near,
going today. Oh
exactly.
my
So it's
gosh.
like, this talent's really there, and she's been making movies and doing TV shows and whatnot for a while now.
Oh
But
my
she
gosh.
was in Charlie's Angels like maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and everything. So, but people will definitely know her from Aladdin. They'll know her from Charlie's Angels, and they'll know her from this now. And I think from this. Her performance in this, Deval, was kind of really full on in the sense that she has to go to different places. She's got to start off kind of like, hey, I'm this happy, famous, successful, in the movie, like singer. And then all of a
Mm,
sudden she's got to go do a 360. And I don't know about you, but the movie goes to some really interesting places. There's a bit in I'm kind of jumping here. The premise, Deval, which you can give the premise, but there's a moment in the movie where she's in a house, she's in a flat. She thinks that she's seeing something. She sees a man who's like really creepy looking, runs at her.
mm,
So I thought that was really, really good. But there's a
yeah.
scene in the movie where there's like about 50 people in a house.
Oh, this is the what do they call that dance when everyone does a dance? Flash
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 mob
mob or
thing.
something. Yeah.
And you know what?
And
There's
this is
something really sinister and creepy about
yeah.
it.
Very
Having a
creative
hundred,
though. Very creative,
really
isn't it?
creative,
Mm.
having 100 hands on your body, on your face, trying to tear you apart. There's just something weird about that, man. Like, kind of, having this thing. And I just thought the movie's littered with obviously these freaky little bits, but yeah, man, it's great. But anyway, Devout, the premise.
Yeah, so the premise is Naomi Scott is a singer, like she's like a Taylor Swift kind of
Mm,
personality. She's done really well in her life, but a year ago she had a car accident which was really catastrophic. Her ex at the time passed away in that car crash. So we sort of start the movie where she's trying to rebuild her career, and I'm not. I think somehow during that car crash or something, during that time, something
mm,
passed on to her. No, sorry, she's because of the car crash. She's having back pains,
yeah.
and she has to go and get medication from her friend because
Mm,
no one will prescribe her drugs. Her friend is a drug addict. He actually, I think, witnessed someone else die,
yeah.
and he got the smile curse.
The
So
entity.
then
Yeah.
he then kills himself in front of her, passes it on to her, and now she's going through the daily torment of this smile curse now latched onto her, and she's
Mm,
trying to escape it and doesn't know what to do bit by bit. As you've seen in Smile 1, it torments them, but this is all while she's rehearsing, all while she's trying to build up her career, all
yeah.
while no one else around her believes her. In this one, it seems like she's a bit more alone. She doesn't have, like in Smile 1, I guess, yeah, everyone's always alone because no one believes them.
Yeah.
Smile 1 was a psychiatrist of some sort, a doctor, and somebody will think, okay, she knows what she's doing, but nah, she got wrecked by Smile. And this one as well, it's quite similar. But like I say, the performance of Naomi Scott in this one is next level. She does a really good job at convincing people. She is going mad bit by bit, bit by bit.
Mm.
Now, the thing with this one is I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil anything, but you said at the start that there's going to be a Smile 3. And
Yes.
as there was a Smile 1, and we saw the way it ended, we knew there's going to be a Smile 2. There should be a Smile 3,
It
but
should.
in a very big way.
Because I want to see how they pull it off. Like, how does it work? And Devout, here's a question. Maybe you'll know the answer to this one because I haven't been online and been reading up on this one. But at the end of the movie, we see something. I'm not going to spoil what that is. Did we see that in Smile 1? I can't remember now. We actually see the thing.
Yeah, we saw a version of it. This one was a bit more, okay, I guess, a bit different. But even there's a man in this film who comes to help her because he's also experienced a Smile curse. It killed his brother, and he's the only one that believes her and wants to help her. He says, "Oh, something about a cosmic being." And then when he said that, I thought, "Oh shit, is that like Lovecraftian?" Because
Yeah.
what we saw later on in the film did seem a bit cosmic. It seemed something that was like out of the Thing,
Space.
or just something out of Lawrence Fishburne's sci-fi film, Event Horizon, kind of what you'd expect to be in that kind of realm. And I thought maybe that he could be right. Maybe this is a cosmic being that's made crazy evil.
Yeah. So then, with that guy, the one who was supposed to be helping her,
Mm.
was he in her brain? Was he a figment of? Was it the Thing controlling? Because then afterwards he walks off.
Yeah, I don't know. So many things happen where you don't know if it's real or not. Like even there's a big even towards the end when a certain thing happens, you think. So at what point? I don't know. I don't know what's going on now because
Yeah,
certain people should be dead, but they're not. They're not, and they're now here. What is going on?
I know.
You just don't fully understand what's going on. So this film does twist your mind. The film
It
does well. It's
does
$28 million budget, and I'm pretty sure it's going to reach 150 million. I reckon.
Yeah. And nowadays, I guess any movie that obviously makes a profit you start to have the discussion of, okay, it's made a profit, let's make another one.
Mm, mm,
And as in the case with Terrifier 2 and Terrifier 3, which we're going to kind of get to and everything.
yeah.
But definitely Devout, it's a thumbs up from me. And I'm just loving the fact that we're getting these interesting type movies where, you have your movies like The Exorcist, which came out and which we reviewed, and I was kind of I was flat on that movie. And then you have something like this, which I'm like, man, why can't we have more movies like, Long Legs and this and
Yeah.
just kind of edge of your seat type of a thing? There was one point in the movie where I thought, she's going to do it. She's going to beat it. She's going to beat it. But then we have the twist at the end and, I guess if you beat it, then there's going to be no part 3.
That's the thing, and that's what I like about certain horror films or certain villains. They're so powerful, you shouldn't win.
Yeah,
And I like that
exactly.
in Smile 1, I was like, I thought she was going to win. But then the film just showed you, no, 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 no. Yeah, this is what's going to happen. So I like it
Yeah,
when the bad guys win sometimes. It should happen
exactly.
because if they're that powerful, you shouldn't have a chance. So,
Exactly. So
yeah.
listen, it's a massive big thumbs up, a massive big smile from the
Mm,
Flixters. Go watch it, enjoy it, be scared by it, and let us know what you think about it and get in touch with us. Now, the next one, we're doing sequels. So this is from one kind of sequel to another sequel. This is Joker, Folie, Deux. And you know
mm,
what, Deval? We will get into the movie, but even I just want to quickly mention the kind of the backstory. The backs behind the scenes is getting a lot of attention. The fact that it was made on X amount of budget
mm,
and it's absolutely crashed at
mm,
not only at the box office but commercially.
mm.
It's just absolutely just kind of broken down. And when you compare to the first movie, which was there's a lot of commercial success. It did over $1 billion. It was R-rated, did over $1 billion. And commercially, it did really well. It won Joaquin Phoenix an Oscar. It won another Oscar for, I don't know, for production or something else. It won 2 Oscars, basically. So
Yeah.
it was kind of commercially and critically a smash.
Mm.
So he came out and he said, Joaquin Phoenix said, well, I'm not doing another one. He goes, why do I need to do another one? Because
Even the
we've
director said that.
yeah, we've told the story of the Joker
Mm.
and we've put it out there in the universe, and that's it. And then lo and behold, a year later, they're like, okay, no, we're making another one. So you and I, we started speaking about it, and then we also had this thought that, you know what, let's not go into it with high expectations, because sometimes sequels, they don't work out, and that's exactly how I went into the movie Devout. I went with low expectations. Obviously I have the knowledge of the first one, and I just wanted to watch a movie and was thinking, right, how are they gonna, you know, progress this character of Arthur Fleck? So here we are, 2024, a few
Mm.
years later, we've got this movie, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, Deval, um, I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting it like
Expecting what?
this.
What do you mean?
I just wasn't expecting the movie to be like this, and for me to be bored in
Okay.
some parts and be like, um, there's a thing that the director said at the end. He was being interviewed, and I'm going to say this
Mm.
right. He said in an interview, he said, people are missing the point with this movie.
Mm.
He said the movie's called Joker, not The Joker. And this is really
Okay.
interesting. He said the movie's called Joker. It's not the Joker that you and I know of.
Mm.
This is the inspiration for the Joker.
Mm.
And at the end scene, you realize what that means. The final moments of the movie,
Yeah.
I now understand what he meant by that comment. Todd Phillips.
But as in, like, this is all a precursor to other Jokers coming out, or
You
yeah.
hit the nail on the head. At the end of the movie, there's a
Mm.
scene that happens, and in the background, there's someone else who's
Mm.
there,
Hmm.
and he does something.
He gives himself a Glasgow smile.
And that is probably the Joker being born.
Mm.
The Joker, who's inspired by this
Yeah,
character.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you know, I've heard that before, and I think even the first film kind of showed glimpses of that, because remember in the first film you had a bunch of people that were idolizing him, and that's
Mm,
why they were even worried about this film creating like incels and
yeah.
people that will go out and sort of try and mimic the Joker kind of uh, negativity type thing or whatever,
Mm,
and do crimes and stuff like that. And I think you're right. There's things to like about this film. Yeah,
yeah.
there's thing for me when I watched it. I actually forgot it was a musical, and that for
I didn't
me,
even know.
I forgot, totally forgot, and that for me, I didn't like.
Yeah.
But I can't cuss the acting was like the
Mm,
acting was solid still. The set design, the everything to do with the production, I think was all good. I
yeah.
just think it's weird that even though it has so many good elements to it, I still didn't like the film. And
Yeah.
it's hard to get ingredients that are all quality,
Mm,
put it all in, put it in the oven, come out, and it doesn't taste satisfying.
mm,
I just don't get
mm.
it.
And it's weird how we've kind of, like, we're not the only ones, we're not the only critics, film critics. Weird saying that, but we're not the only ones who, a lot of people and a lot of the people who've watched in cinema have come away from that. And there was moments where I thought, okay, it's a
Mm,
courtroom drama, it's a musical, it's this
mm,
guy dealing with obviously the mental health issues that he's had. He was abused, and we kind of get more of that, coming out of the movie, and we kind of figure out why he is like that. There's a point in the movie where he's like, okay, I'm the Joker, I'm this cool guy, but then he then decides, I'm not that person, I'm Arthur Fleck, and it's okay to be Arthur Fleck. And then there's a bit in the movie where he's cross-examining the the small guy, the kind of the only
mm.
friend. I thought
Yeah,
that was a really interesting scene.
puddles. Yeah, that was
Puddles.
powerful.
That was
Mm,
powerful because Puddles says to him, "You were the only person that never made fun of me."
mm,
And then there's a bit in there where Arthur Fleck, Joaquin Phoenix, he kind of almost like you see the kind of the breakdown of him, like, oh my God, that got to him like in a heartfelt way. And I thought, okay, now we're seeing the kind of the real Arthur Fleck. What did you make of Harley Quinn? Of
Yeah, I
having
mean,
Harley Quinn in there?
this whole film is called Folie, Deux, and it's from the French of like a madness of two or delusion of two.
Mm,
And I think, I don't think the two of them, they did okay. Don't get me wrong, and she's good as well with her performance. I just don't think we had enough of her in
mm,
the way that maybe I expected. And again, that could be down to my expectations and so on. But it just seems a bit of a flat one for me. She
yeah,
seems. I saw Lady Gaga more than I saw Harley Quinn. It's
yeah,
like I didn't really see Harley Quinn that much, especially when she decided not to be a fan of the Joker anymore. It just fell flat for me. I thought, what is that? It? You just
that's it.
that was it. It was over so quick,
Mm,
and yeah, I just don't know. For me, that wasn't the best version of Harley Quinn. Still, what's her name? Uh, Margot Robbie still holds
Margot
that for
Robbie,
me,
yeah.
even though it's very, very different types. But yeah, I just didn't. Uh, Folie à Dieu too. There's two people that are going through the madness, and I didn't really
Mm.
get much of why Harley Quinn had to be there.
Yeah, man. I thought the movie was going to be about him going more and becoming like, going into descent, and people
Mm,
around him, like Gotham, kind of
yeah,
buys into
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah,
whole
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
Joker thing. And at the same time, he's unraveling and
Mm,
becoming this kind of maniac type of a character and everything. That's what I thought it was going to be, where the singing was obviously in his mind,
mm,
and kind of part of his mental psychosis and everything. So, I mean, look, people are saying, we're missing the point that you and I,
mm.
Deval, we've missed the point along with the millions of other people.
Even
Todd
with the
Phillips.
point, though, even with the point,
Mm,
I still think the film didn't. The first one for me, point or not, was a good film. Do you know what I
yes,
mean? This one
absolutely.
here, point or not, I just don't think. I think for me, the singing aspects of it,
They
I
just
didn't
didn't.
like it. It took away from. It
Yeah.
took away. Yeah, I
And
don't
every
know.
single time they bust out tunes, I was like, oh God, again?
Exactly. I think I'll just be over. Finish now. Finish. Finish.
Like,
Finish.
come on. Like,
Mm.
seriously, like, so it's one of those things, and it was very frustrating. So in the end, for me, I walked out of it, I was like, this is like a four, maybe a
Is
five.
it
And then,
okay?
yeah, man. And then, great performances. And we know Joaquin Phoenix, he gives everything,
Mm. Is that his will body?
it's, man, contorted, twisted.
I know
Like,
he's.
his
I know
back.
he's got like a curved shoulder naturally. He's always had like a curved shoulder. If you watch his
Has he always
films,
been this skinny, or has he? I
no,
can't
no,
even
no. The
know.
skinniness is not, but I know he's always had
No.
a bit of a different shape. But yeah, the
Mm,
skinniness that was next level. I thought maybe they used some special effects to add on top of it, but either
mm.
way, yeah, it was yeah
It's
different.
mad. And then yeah, so like I don't know, what did you make of it? I mean, hope listen, I don't think they will definitely there's not going to be another Joker movie. I think that's it now. It's done.
Yeah, but it's
And
sad. It has to end on this sad note rather than the
exactly.
first note. This one cost. They say all in all like nearly $300 million, including
Oh,
marketing. So far, it's taken in half, $168 million. Like we to look at Smile Two, the Smile Two cost $28 million, and you
mm,
know it's going to touch over 100.
of
You
course.
know that, so there's no way that's going to fail. And
Yeah.
it's a good film as well. It's hard to make a good sequel better, but Smile Two for me is on par with Smile One,
Yes.
and I knew what to expect. Do you know what I
Totally.
mean? So
Totally agree. A lot of people are saying they should leave the Joker alone now. Park
mm,
him for a
yeah,
while.
let people forget.
Let people forget. Let's not see him in the upcoming Batman.
Mm,
The
mm,
the Robert Pattinson one. Focus on a different DC
mm,
character. Let's park Joker for a while, and then maybe in the next 4 or 5 years we see like just a proper Joker movie, or something.
mm,
I don't know, but I mean, yeah, man, it was a bit of a letdown on that one. Flixters, if you listen to this one, let us know what you think. Um, good or bad. What did you make of it? The point of the movie. Did you
mm,
were you receiving it loud and clear, or was it just kind of a whole joke to you? All right, okay, let's do this one. Let's do Terrifier 3. Now, Devout, I've seen Terrifier 2, and that's a mad movie. That one is a madness of a movie. So tell us about Terrifier 3, because
mm.
this movie it's already taken more than the second movie at the box office.
Yeah, this movie here, I think at the weekend it was released, it took more than the Joker did at
Shit,
at the
man.
same sort of time period. Terrifier 3, Damien Leone or Leone, he's done all three films, wrote and directed them. It's his baby. The budgets have always been very modest, like under a million for the first one. This one, but the budget's 2 million, which is the biggest of all the movies so far. So far, do you know? Do you want to know what it's taken?
What's it done?
I forgot the exact amount. So it cost $2 million estimated budget. So far, worldwide gross is 32 million. Yeah,
Whoa.
32 million so far, and
Blumhouse
that's
better snap this guy up, man.
no. He wants his own rights on this one. He
Yeah.
won't go to Blumhouse. He wants his own shit. And that's
Man.
as we stand now, but that's going to be more because that's not going to account like Last Night and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So
And when this
this
comes out,
film will definitely touch 70 million, I reckon. From a 2 million budget, that's a 35x your money. Do you know what I mean? So come on, man.
this is mad, Givaldo.
Yeah, yeah,
Seriously.
it's crazy. But
Yeah, go on.
yeah, so Terrifier is much more the same. Terrifier is a really deprived, sick, crazy clown. We don't know where comes from. He doesn't talk. Art the Clown. That's what he's called. That's what he's known
Yeah.
as. Art the Clown. Doesn't talk. Doesn't make any sound. He just goes around killing people and has fun doing it. I think in the film they do kind of talk about how he's sort of a demon, and he
Hmm.
needs another demon to sort of complete the circle. He needs another demon by his side, or because he's got a lady by his side who's also like a vessel of some sort.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he needs some things to, maintain his equilibrium, if I can call it that. But end of the day, he goes around in a clown suit. A lot of times it might be during Halloween, or in this one it's in Christmas. So he goes around
Yeah.
with a clown face as it is, but he's got a
But
Santa Claus suit on, and he's
it's
just
scary,
chopping.
man.
It's mad. It's B movie for sure. The blood
100%.
is over the top.
Top.
I can't
Jeez.
say that anymore. There's a killing in this, in the shower. There's a sex scene in the shower. He comes into the shower and he literally chops up the girl with a saw. The
Oh
guy
man.
gets chopped partially. He's trying to crawl away while the guy's on the floor naked, frontal. You see his balls. He
Oh.
he splits him in half with a saw, and you see it all. You see it all. It's like it's all B movie kind of visuals. You see him. It's practical
Jesus.
effects. You
Yeah.
see him sawing the body in half, and it's just going everywhere. The blood. It's crazy, and it's
That is
just
mad.
whatever they do whatever they want in this film. There's no. I'm sure there's nothing was left on the cutting room floor. Everything's
No.
in it. It
Everything's
is
in it.
just a
And
mad film.
what I love is the fact is, right? So this guy, Damien Leone, is the fact that, you know what? He's doing it on his terms.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah,
making money. He's making money.
yeah.
Whoever is like, whichever production company is doing this, he's making money. And they're like, okay, Damien, go off and do another one. Whilst you were just talking, it says this is from Wikipedia. It says in
Mm.
September of 2024, so just last month, Leone confirmed that Terrifier 4 was in development.
Yep, not surprised. Come on now. The reviews have been progressively better. The first
Yeah.
Terrifier was 5.6 IMDb, second one 6.1. This one
Mm,
so far 7.1. People
jeez.
are liking it for its craziness and wackiness. They're not expecting anything high budget, high
Mm,
brow. They know what it is and they like it. It's just a mad, sick, deprived film that is a B movie, takes people back to the 80s or whatever it
big
is.
time.
It's low budget. You won't recognize any actors in this. Do you know what I mean? It's
Exactly.
just
I
it is what
know.
it is. It just is what it is.
You know what? And I bet you, do you reckon Deval, after Terrifier
Oh
2,
my
which was obviously
gosh.
commercial success for him, do you reckon there was a temptation where they say, hey, look, we'll give you a bit more money. How about if you get like a bit more of a famous person?
He would have said no. He wants all the rights to this, I'm sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because even the film says Damien Leone's Terrifier. It's got his name
Terrifier.
attached to it.
I
So
wonder, so if this is 2 million, if they give him, say, 4 million for the next one,
mm,
you know, you don't want it to be where the sense that, he's had obviously the success. And then later on, I don't know, one of the
The
big
film
kind
will
of
pay for
production.
itself though, because
Yeah,
this one's costing X amount of million. They can use some of the profits from that put into this, so the film
pump
will
into.
pay for itself. He's sorted.
I know, I know. I just don't want it to be the case where, like, he gets enticed by one of the kind of the big companies. They're like, "Hey,
Yeah,
listen,
yeah, yeah,
we'll
yeah,
give you
yeah.
a budget of say 10 million. We want
Mm,
you to do something similar, less gory.
mm,
We want it to be like an 18 rated."
mm.
And he's be like, "Oh, I've got to water down my shit." Well, mind you, he could make an
Okay.
R rated, because this will be R rated though, wouldn't it? This is
Yeah,
an
yeah,
R,
yeah, yeah,
probably
yeah,
R
yeah,
rated.
yeah. Definitely.
He
Yeah,
could
the
make
way
an R rated movie.
this is beyond R rated, man. It's disgusting.
This
Honestly,
is
it's
mad.
just there's no story to it. It's just well in this where there's the people from or some couple of characters from Terrifier 2 who survived are in this one, and they're trying to stop him.
Yeah,
So like there is a bit of continuation there, but
yeah.
it's just about senseless killing and there's some comedy bits in between and stuff.
Mm,
It's in the cinema now. This would
yeah.
have never been in the cinema before. The first one came straight to like Shudder or something. I don't know,
Something crazy
and
like that.
then
Yeah.
now it's in the cinema. So yeah, it is what
Who
it
would have
is now.
thought
It's got a
this is this generation's Halloween, isn't it?
yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah, cult following now. So
Evil dies tonight. Yeah, let's just hope they don't start doing that with it, man. Yeah. So look, folks, go out if you love your horror movies, gory and bloody
mm,
and just kind of creative.
they
Go check
pry.
this one out.
Mm,
So a thumbs up on that one. But definitely for me, Deval, obviously, the movie of the week for me is going to be Smile 2.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Um,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
there's something about that movie which is kind of
yeah.
creepy, and like you said, the performance of Naomi Scott. Um,
Mm. Gangster.
yeah. So listen, look, that's going to be the end of this week's episode. What's coming up, Deval? What big movies have we got coming up?
There's a lot actually out, at the moment. Well, not just on in cinema, but just on
Streaming.
streaming and stuff as well.
Woman
There's a
of the
lot.
Hour, which is this new
Yeah,
Netflix movie, kind of based on a true story, which I watched, and we can speak about that at some point. Um,
Venom's coming out next week.
you've got to watch Venom, man.
Mm.
Got to see how that ends.
Heretic is coming out.
Now, there's a rumor, Deval, whether or not you think this is true or not,
Mm.
that Andrew Garfield
What, Spider-Man?
is going to show. What another Spider-Man is going to show up in Venom.
Oh, do you reckon? Is it? Oh.
That's what the rumor mill is. I don't know, man. Would Andrew
Mm.
Garfield? I don't know. Would he? Would he turn up in that one? They're saying Andrew Gar. I
Uh,
don't think it'll be Tobey Maguire
it makes sense for Garfield too, I guess.
because he's,
Yeah, makes
a bit
sense.
younger,
Yeah.
and there's maybe a movie and
Mm.
that's an inroad for him to kind of come back into it.
Yeah, it does make sense, but oh yeah, Venom's going to be shit. I'm just saying it from now.
Yeah, no, we know,
Yeah,
we know,
it's going to be
but I
shit.
mean, listen, we low expectations on that one, but we'll definitely go in there. I'm still waiting for Craven the Hunter, man.
That's next year now, I think, isn't it? It's January or something, or I don't know when it is, but yeah, I don't know,
Jesus,
man. I'm not looking
yeah.
forward to any of them.
Exactly. All right. Well, listen up, folks. Keep it
Oh
up with the
man.
Flixters. We definitely will be bringing you more movies out there, and more TV shows. So for me, my recommendation is Smile and Teacup. If you've got the time,
Mhm.
watch those ones.